All right, baby. Today is Wednesday, September 13th. Welcome to the Dog Walk presented by Barstool Sports. Free Swim Wednesdays. Myself, it's Danny, it's Chief. How's everybody feeling today? Yeah.
How are you feeling? You're the one who was most depressed yesterday, I feel like. Angriest.
Yeah, I'm a little over it. Look at White Sox Dave. He's trying to look at me because I'm boxing his car in. And we just started a podcast, so it looks like
You got to give him your keys.
is not going anywhere. Hell no. You
kidding
me?
You got to give him your keys.
That's a starter
Absolutely.
job. He ain't getting shit for keys. Look at he's just smiling with his aviators on. I wish we had him on camera.
You got to give him your keys in this situation. You have to.
Hell no. He doesn't know how to drive.
What do you mean he doesn't know how to
He's
drive?
got the derby.
Yeah, look at I love him.
He's sitting down the walk of shame back to the couch. We got to make this like a 3-hour long podcast now.
I don't know. It's just no.
Hopefully he doesn't have the crock pot on.
You would never let him. You would never let him drive your car.
I would, but not the way it's positioned right now.
Or
It's
the Tesla.
Which car is it?
Oh, is it the Tesla?
Tesla, yeah.
Okay,
He's not going to know how to turn it on.
Yeah, he wouldn't. Yeah, he wouldn't. He
really?
wouldn't know what to do.
Okay.
And B, it's like I had to box him in because someone else was parked in the spots today, and so I'm like nestled against the brick wall. So if he goes like grandma, the 78-year-old woman who hits the the reverse instead of the gas, he was just gonna total it. So
he has sat down, but he has not removed the aviators.
I think you might be able to get him now.
Yeah.
He's on the seat right there. Maybe not. I don't know. Well,
Whatever.
We tried. Regardless, I mean, I don't know. Every day gets better, right? As far as like Bears losses and whatnot. So just kind of getting acclimated back into the NFL season, though.
Yeah, it was nice. It was
like,
nice to have football back.
Yeah, but like just everything changes. We had a nice trip, though. You know what? Can I say something nice?
Of course.
I enjoyed Rado.
Oh, look at you.
Yeah, I
Why
enjoyed
wouldn't
Rado.
you?
Really, yeah. It had nothing to do with Colorado, I guess. The people are nice, though.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
Mhm.
And I mostly it's like locals you're talking to because that's like usually the people who are Ubering and whatnot.
Yeah.
They were all nice, very nice Uber drivers. That's what I found.
No altitude sickness, or is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Altitude.
Yeah, I did not get altitude sickness. Nobody did.
Proud survivors.
The whole
Yeah.
group was fine.
Yeah, we're good.
Great experience.
Mhm.
I haven't really experienced many college football games, so that was nice.
Yeah, I'm knocking off like places I probably should have visited in the States this year. I hadn't been to Nashville before that. Hadn't been to Arizona. Had never been to Colorado.
No shit.
Those are three like big tourist ones. Too.
Yeah, and I think I'm
Huge.
going to Louisiana in October.
For what?
The LSU game. I'm working for the college football show.
Yeah, you got a lot, I feel. What's on your list?
Coming up.
Yeah.
I have to double check, but Arkansas, I think, Nebraska maybe.
Arkansas, they're going to college football.
I'm not sure. Are we going?
We were talking about going to Arkansas.
I have both mid show and ours. So
Yeah, I got you. I'm
Madison,
hoping it. Yeah, I'm
been
hoping
there
it.
though.
We got to figure our shit out. We did that. And I'm hell bent on making Mizzou happen, and I'd like to do Arkansas too. But we'll
I'd
see.
like to come through for the good people of Ames too. Maybe not this year, but
Yeah,
I
at
feel
some
like
point,
we
yeah.
owe them one since we said it publicly.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. So we'll get all those on the schedule.
Is Iowa on your travel list? Places you need to go to?
No. I went to school there for a while.
Oh, that's right.
I've been back plenty of times too. Too many times, some might say.
That's where he went. He was at a gym one time, and someone told him he had a teeny weenie.
No, that was
You ever
not.
hear that story?
I haven't, but I'm interested.
Well, a lot of context needs to be provided here.
Did
Cold
someone
day.
in the gym tell you you had a teeny weenie though?
Yes, but this person also legitimately had Down syndrome. There's a
So
kid.
he doesn't know how to lie.
No. He didn't see my weenie.
Yes.
There's a kid who was always going to the gym, and I kind of knew him through a friend, and he was very nice. Always said, "Hey, what's up?" Whatever. Saw him one time when I was going into the locker room after a workout, and I had changed and put my towel over my waist before I went to the shower. But this guy, he's just freeballing it. He's walking around naked, and then he said, "Why do you have a towel on? Is it because you have a teeny weenie?" And I just laughed it off. And then I'm leaving the locker room after that, and he's talking to 3 girls who work there, all hot, go figure, and he just points and says he has a teeny weenie. So they had no context. They're just assuming he obviously saw my weenie,
your
but
locker
he
room
didn't.
dick.
So, yeah, I had to go to a new gym.
You left the gym?
No, I moved anyways, but yeah.
Good time, man.
But he left the gym
Yeah.
because he got caught having a teeny weenie.
That's not
Bro.
Yeah.
true, man.
You're You're not a guy who just lets it hang out in the locker room? Not a locker room guy?
I have respect for those around me. I don't want to humble anyone.
Dude. Do you do that?
I mean, I haven't been to a gym in a while, but I'm not like, I kind of just get changed.
You need the towel anyways.
I would walk the towel to the shower, but if I'm like, I don't know.
Well, you
I
had
feel like the old, like,
you had that hockey locker room experience.
Yeah.
I'm not putting my towel on and then taking like my boxers off under the towel. You just simply wrap the towel before you get in the shower.
I don't know.
Yeah, it sounds like
Teeny
sounds
weeny.
like Teeny Weenie's putting the skirt on and then he's pulling it off. Like
Yeah.
you said.
This should be a fun narrative.
Glad you brought this story up. Yeah, no, I think the hockey locker room kind of desensitizes you to.
Yeah, because we didn't have that.
You didn't have that even for football?
No.
Mm-mm.
Football was a little bit different vibe even for us, I guess, but I feel like we still were naked, just less. Well, you were less naked with football than you were.
No, we didn't shower.
You didn't shower?
No.
Ever for varsity football?
No, nobody did.
I mean, you'll be home in 15 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Shower time with the fellas.
Yeah, no, we just
Bathing with the boys.
Yeah.
yeah. There was no showering. It was just straight up. You take your pads off and you
But-
just shower at home.
I guess, but I feel like even in public school, we would still shower. Like you would shower and then go out and meet people and then kind of go home after the game and then go back out.
We did have to shower in gym class if we were swimming, though, before and after.
Yeah, they used to make us do that.
Mhm.
And then people would shower with their bathing suits on and that. I remember that. I always thought,
Yeah, I do. I vaguely remember that
Yeah.
as well. But I feel like a lot of people faked it as well.
Faked what?
Showering.
That's
I
hard
feel
to
like
figure.
everybody showered, but everybody showered with a bathing suit, which I was like, it's like, we're going to be naked together in 2 hours from now. Like, because if you have practice later.
Just
But then, I don't know, it's like gym class locker room is different than team locker room.
Totally.
Yeah.
Very different.
Why? I wonder why that is, though.
Well, because gym class, you're also chopping it up with like the chess club and people like that who aren't about to
Yeah.
just go commando.
It's voluntarily. Like,
Totally,
like
yeah. I mean,
Jimmy's there. He signed up for hockey. He
showing
knows
that
what he's
to-
getting into. Arthur, like you said in the chess club, he's not.
No, I know. Like,
You know.
I know. It is just like a weird, I guess. I don't know.
He's folding those glasses. in
I
fear.
participated. I was, after gym class, if we were because it was only after the pool, I would shower with a bathing suit on. But 2 hours later, with sometimes similar areas, sometimes the same shower, you're naked with everybody. So I don't know. It's weird.
That is. It's a good point.
Yeah.
I was gonna say something about. So you had swimming in school and everything.
Public school.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I believe they have put in a swimming pool at Berkshire since I graduated, because there was that kid who, like, he should have been kicked out 100 times. And he never did. Like, there would be like a group of 6 guys, 5 of them would get kicked out, and this kid would be like, oh, I guess, like, I don't know, I'm still in here. And then it was like his parents were donating a swimming pool post graduation.
Oh no shit.
Yeah,
That helps.
yeah.
Having swimming was so wild. You'd have like religion class, then you have to swim at 10 in the morning. You're like freezing after and go straight to science
Oh,
class.
terrible.
When I was at St. Charles, I had an entire semester that was all pool for gym class, because you came out of it like CPR certified.
Oh no.
So you
shit.
would do like 3 days a week in the pool, and 2 days a week were like either in classroom or like giving chest compressions. Those fucking dummies.
That actually sounds useful though.
Yeah, I did. I was lifeguard for 1 day. And then someone almost drowned. And I was like, I can't do this.
Did you-
Really?
Yeah, I never told you that
No,
story. Yeah,
no.
so this is like my summer after junior year, because you like do that whole second half of the year was this gym class, and then you're certified. And I worked at a public pool for a day, and I was like in training, so I didn't have to do anything. But I saw someone, like, I don't know, like, I still don't even really know what happened, but they had to be like pulled out and then like given CPR. And I was like, well, if I was in charge, I would have to do that, and I can't do that, so I'm out.
Fuck no.
Credit to you.
Yeah.
I do feel like that's a thing where you have all these younger cats who are these,
Yeah.
working at a pool for the summer, hanging around playing grab ass.
That's what I was signing up for.
Yeah.
I didn't think they were like, oh, lifeguard, just sit there.
Dude,
Oh,
that's a problem though. Imagine that you're a kid and you're just like, I need a job. I'll get paid,
Right.
whatever it is. And then someone drowns in your watch and you're like, holy
you
shit, I
never,
didn't sign up for
never
this.
recover from that. So yeah, I
Terrible.
did it for 1 day.
That's what I did. I was a lifeguard at like a private pool in an apartment in the city, and I got to just lounge around.
Yeah.
I wasn't doing Baywatch, running on the beach or anything. But the lifeguard test is still the same, whether you're on the beach or at a private pool.
Is it
out
tough?
the hard way.
I don't remember it being tough.
Have I told the story how I did it before? I feel like I have.
I don't think so.
Well, I was working at like a hot dog stand at the time, and my buddy was managing a pool. He's like,
Parsies?
Hey, not Parsies, but shout out Parsies, R.I.P. My buddy was managing a pool though, and he's like, hey, like this is gonna pay more than what you have now, and I need lifeguards. He's like, he goes, can you take the test real quick? I'm like, real quick, okay. And so I sign up, and it's 3 9-hour long Saturdays. Like you have to learn, CPR, the class aspect, and then the first day I get there, they're like, you have to swim 300 yards nonstop. Then you have to retrieve a 10-pound dumbbell from the deep end and swim back just using your legs, like swim back on your back. And then you have to tread water for 2 minutes straight, only using your arms. So I'm like, all right, wish I would have known this. And I do it. I barely pass. And then, my buddy, he was, like I said, a manager, and he had to retake it. And this guy swims like one way in the pool. On his way back, gets out at the rope mark and just pukes on the side of the pool. They're like, all right, maybe he'll just manage this year.
Damn, dude.
Yeah. And now that you say that, I do remember like the weight retrieval at the bottom of and it was like the Olympic size swimming pool. And so it was like, it was not like your standard 8 foot, 10 foot. It was like a 14 foot, because that's where the diving team would do their shit.
Yeah.
So I remember that being a thing now. But I don't remember it being like, I don't think we had any pukers. But we were training for it like all year, all semester.
Oh, the next two were even harder, because someone had to be the drowner. And so you would like go to the bottom of the pool, and I have like a 16-year-old girl retrieving me. And it's like, I'm down here blowing bubbles. Like, she's taking a while, and finally she gets me up.
What do you mean?
I might drown for real. Yeah.
How do you get, like, they weight you down?
No, you're just like swim to the bottom of the pool
and hang out.
Yeah, and like she'll grab your arm. You have to do different methods. Like she's gonna put you on her back this time. She's gonna swim with you. Like
I
feel like that's not a great simulation though.
What's better?
Go limp. Yeah.
Yeah, but you can't go limp, and you can't sink. Like sinking to the bottom of the pool doesn't happen.
No, they've been down there a minute. You drown. That's what drowning is.
They had to do simulations where they strapped you to the board.
Yeah.
And that's like if you have a spine problem.
Oh, that was always like, talk about teeny weenies. That was always like a thing that they would say. So you pull them up out of the water, your bathing suit goes tight. So the girls would always be like, this is a co-ed class. Be like, we're looking at everybody's dick.
Yeah, and
you're like, this is pool dick. This doesn't count.
Right, and you're playing dead, so you can't lift your
You can't touch your shorts back up.
Was that tough doing that with the teeny weenie?
I don't cheat.
Yeah, it was nerve wracking, especially because back then, like I don't know, like you don't really know,
Yeah, and like picture you're with all strangers, and like the first day you were getting pretty intimate.
I think I'd rather be with strangers than with everybody in my school grade. What are you giggling at?
You know what? We talk about him so much on this show. I just invited Dave to come sit. He deserves. He's got to sit. I boxed him and I feel bad.
Okay.
Tell me I'm nice
credit to
for
you
having a heart.
See if he's
just cracking his neck back there. He won't.
We'll finish before he gets the text.
100%. 100%.
Although he does get text to his computer, so he's just he's actively ignoring it.
Are you a laptop texter?
No, I hate it.
I don't like it either. I don't like all my shit linked like that.
I agree. I don't do that either. I just like if I want to text, I text, and if I am like trying to type something, an email or a blog or something, I'm getting like text coming in, that drives me fucking crazy. That's why I have all my notifications, even from my phone, off, because I don't like to be distracted when I'm focused.
You got a camera on? All right. I love this.
This guy, see, he text come up on his screen. He's staring straight at it.
I know.
How is he not seeing it? He's dialed in.
I don't know what he's doing.
He's on a message board.
He's on fucking Fangraphs.
He is. His last text I sent him went unanswered too. At 12:34, I said, "Did you sleep the whole plane ride, Davey?" And he didn't respond. And I even question marked it at night, and he still didn't respond.
Do you have read receipts on?
No.
Do you, Chief?
No.
Neither would you ever. I feel like it's becoming more popular.
I feel like I've noticed it more frequently.
I'm like, do these people even know? I'm like embarrassed for them. Like, your read receipts are on,
I've thought about telling somebody that before.
There's so much more bad than good that can come from having your read receipts on. I don't know why anyone does it.
Yeah, but their logic for having read receipts.
What is the point of that?
So now there's no point, I don't think, because I think a lot of people would do it so they wouldn't respond. Oh, he just texted me back. He said, I'll swing in if it doesn't interrupt anything. Sure. I just told you to, dude. But now one of the best Apple update of all time is the unread text. The best Apple update of all time.
Unread or unsend?
No.
You can edit it, right?
No, you could see.
You got it.
I'm having a
Tip of your
fucking
tongue.
bad brain day, dude. I feel like Chief.
I mean, that happens every once in a while. I'm on probiotics for my brain now, so I'm good.
Are you?
Yeah, I started taking some.
I'm gonna get a couple.
Give me a whole jar. I gave you something you could take for your brain too, and you still haven't.
When you check it and then you change it back to unread. That's what I'm trying to say.
Oh, is that? Well,
what's the point?
Yeah, you don't have
Because
read
if you're
receipts
like,
on. How would you
hey-
even need to? Why would you need to do that if you don't have read receipts on in the first place?
Why don't you just tell the truth? Be like, yeah, I saw your text. I didn't want to respond. You fucking douchebag.
If you text me, hey dude, can you send me that clip? Like, yeah, I'll give it to you when you get home. Then you read the thing and you don't want to forget, so you just go back and you have a text.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I've never used that feature. I didn't know it existed.
Yes, it's the best feature.
So you just mark it unread as if
Correct.
it's an email?
Like all my emails, if I read them, I'll go back and I'll mark it unread.
Okay.
If it's important and I need to
Why don't
remind
you just
myself.
star it for
Yeah,
email?
I'll do that too, but like, I'm just saying.
Oh, speaking of starred emails, I got to pick a winner for the contest.
Yeah.
I'll do
guys,
that. I'll do that tonight.
Don't drag your feet.
The submissions are in.
What's up, Dave?
Nothing. You asked me to come in here. What do you want? Do you feel guilty right now?
No. Why do I feel guilty?
Well, I'm just sitting out there waiting for you to move your car.
Did I say
hours.
I felt guilty?
No, that's why you invited me in, though. I can read you.
No. That's not. I want to talk to you.
Do you trust yourself to move the Tesla?
No, absolutely not. I don't think anybody would, though.
No.
Lance would. I'd have Lance move it a few times.
But
who
what
else
about?
would you trust?
I would trust all you guys. I don't
Okay.
know.
It's not that. It's if it was a $500,000 Lamborghini, I'd move it before the Tesla because
Yeah, it's harder to configure.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, and it's also in a weird spot, like I was telling them. Like if you do it's like parked
All you got to
against
do
the
is
wall.
go straight.
Yeah.
I mean, I would move it. I wouldn't. You're going 10 feet. I'm pretty sure I can not crash a Tesla in 10 feet. Hopefully.
I don't know.
Probably
Give him
not.
your keys.
I don't know.
Give him your keys.
He's goading me right now.
I don't want to drive I do not want to drive the Tesla.
Okay.
Ever. I never want to drive the Tesla.
Now I want you to because you don't want to.
I don't want to.
Why?
You have a better shot of getting my dad on this podcast for a tell-all sit-down than me driving your Tesla.
I disagree with that.
You don't really like to be the driver if you have a choice, though.
I don't care.
No.
Tesla, I don't know. Have either of you driven it?
Yeah,
No.
Eddie was basically chaperoning me, though.
Is he a backseat driver?
Oh, he's the worst backseat driver.
I needed him to. He was like, just turn it on. I'm like, how?
Remember on the way to Nashville when
I
he was
do
like
remember
pulling up
that.
Waze and like yelling and
That's not a backseat driver. That's like, hey, I know the way to go. You guys don't listen to me.
No, but I ended up being right because your system was stupid.
No, it wasn't, dude.
he
I was
also
on.
thinks he's smarter than the systems.
But
So
you
it's-
agreed with me in that moment. They was telling us
in
to
that
get
very
off.
moment, sure.
Yeah, but I looked at the situation. I was like, this is wrong. What
It might not have been wrong.
it was though, it was.
It wasn't wrong. It wasn't right.
Why didn't you respond to me when I asked if you slept on the flight?
Because I thought you were up to no good. That's very easy answer right there.
I just want to make sure you got rest.
No, I didn't sleep on the flight. A
Really?
little bit, in and out.
I slept
I'm
on the
always
flight.
like at a constant for a flight like that, like a red eye. It's constant like half sleep. I can never fully fall asleep.
Was
on a
that
plane.
that's not considered red eye, is it?
Well, super early or super late.
Okay,
Like an overnight flight, I can't sleep.
Really?
I can.
I'll like constantly nod off, but
So what'd you do? Read about the Ukraine war?
no, I listen to podcasts.
Oh, the one Chief gave you.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Finished another episode this morning.
Well,
So you
Dave,
like it?
Yeah, it's good. It's very
Yeah.
good.
They do a good job.
I have a lot of fucking questions about it.
You should Google 'em.
Like
Write
for
'em down and Google
instance,
'em.
this morning,
This is a podcast about the Iraq War.
The Iraq War, okay? This morning,
Danny knows all about it.
there was a cutaway, okay? There's a lot. You can tell when it's spliced, which is no different than what we do or anything. But they were talking about how anthrax is like, everybody was like, anthrax this, anthrax that. Like, where's all the anthrax? And there was one part where he's like, oh, by the way, we gave Saddam Hussein all his anthrax in the 80s. And that's like all they said. And there's a lot of examples like that. It's like, well, fucking tell me. Like, don't you just say it that quick and then
But
gloss over
there
it.
are certain things that are like so like that's like an easy thing to look up, and it's like that's like kind of out there. That one specifically is like just a known thing. It's out there in the culture. Be like, how did Afghanistan get all their fucking missiles to shoot down helicopters or RPGs? Charlie Wilson. I mean, you know, like certain things are just like out there.
It's very good.
Yeah.
It's a very
well
good
done
listen, but it's also infuriating listen.
Yeah, and they do have like America bad kind of siding.
They don't talk about how actually bad of a human Saddam was enough, at least not thus far. I'm through 5 episodes. I'm starting to 6 on the way home.
Danny, your thoughts?
They don't really get into that.
They kind of glorify him a little bit, like, oh, this guy didn't deserve that. It does come off that way a little bit.
I don't remember that, but
You guys just want to start a fucking recap show for this podcast, or what are we doing here?
Have the Sun's hypnotist back on.
Oh, yeah.
That's true. I forgot about
That
that.
was early, dog.
yeah.
Dude.
I was just dicking around on our YouTube page that all the early posts are like oddly shot dog walk interviews.
Yeah, it's hilarious.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
When
yeah.
you
like,
filter it by oldest,
Yeah.
it's funny, yeah.
that is
Yeah,
interesting.
the lighting is atrocious.
The lighting is crazy. Yeah.
But we only had one camera, too. You got to remember. There was no, like,
And half
switch
of an
shots.
office.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
before you put the blanket as the backdrop, too,
Yeah.
so all the light would get in.
Dude, the blanket got used the other day, and it made me so happy.
Yeah.
Where has that been?
It's in the closet over there.
Oh,
We
it
got to
is.
make sure that makes it in the move.
Yeah.
We got to hang that in our studio.
Yeah.
Where's the Toshiba, too?
I think it's in the green screen room
It
somewhere.
might be up in there, yeah.
I haven't seen it in a while, dude.
I haven't stepped in there in a bit.
That
It's in
makes
there
me
somewhere. I
concerned.
mean, unless someone took it, I haven't touched it, but it's in there. It was in there somewhere, just buried.
Yeah, the oldest, dude, this is actually kind of funny. The oldest dog walk is me interviewing Large and the chicks in the office studio. Then it's the bowling guy. Then if you keep going, it's me interviewing Rico, and that's before he showed his
Yeah,
face.
I saw that.
Just a huge head of Silvio Dante.
Yeah.
That was great.
Do you remember the first time you saw Rico Bosco in person?
I was stunned.
I had no idea it was him. I'm like, that's Rico Bosco.
Really?
It was not how I had him pictured.
And he
in my
was
head.
handing out like coffee cake or something.
Yeah, it was like Italian cookies
Or something
Italian
like that,
cakes.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, rainbow cakes. Rainbow, I believe it was. Yeah.
Mhm.
No.
Nice
Sure.
gesture.
Dane, why do you get quiet when Dave gets in here?
I was letting him cook.
intimidate him.
No, not at all. He was talking about Afghanistan. I have nothing to add.
I wasn't talking about Afghanistan.
Iraq.
Does he intimidate you?
No.
No.
I was letting him talk.
What do you think about when Down syndrome kid told me he was a teeny weenie?
Yeah. Told him.
He didn't see my weenie. He just assumed.
Hold on. I couldn't hear you. Well, say that again.
He said a Down syndrome guy told him he had a teeny weenie.
He didn't see my weenie, though. He assumed because I was wearing a towel.
A guy was in the locker room who had Down syndrome at a gym that Danny went to, and he told him that Danny had, and then when Danny was up at like the checkout area with like 3 hot girls who worked at the gym, the Down syndrome kid said that guy has a teeny weenie and pointed at Danny.
And they assumed that he actually saw my weenie, but he didn't. He just saw I was wearing a towel.
How did the women react?
Did they had to
chuckle?
believe him, yeah.
Yeah.
Did they laugh?
It was awkward.
I would have laughed.
I mean, they did like a sympathy laugh. Like, oh.
You have no other course of action that you can take right there other than whipping it out in front of everybody.
Right. That'd be
For
the
scientific
logical thing to do,
purposes. You have to,
You want me to prove it?
say,
It's like
I don't
that-
in fact have a teeny weenie.
It's like that Seinfeld.
Unless you actually do.
Do you want to have sex right now?
I will have sex with you right now.
No, I just left the gym instead.
That's from Seinfeld.
Yeah, because a reporter thinks George and Jerry are gay, like dating each other.
Oh,
and when the reporter's like, hey, like, I know you guys are gay, he's like, I will have sex with you right now.
That is funny.
Yeah, it's from Seinfeld.
20 years late
Yeah.
to the jokes.
Yeah.
30 years.
30.
Yeah.
What
Almost
season,
30.
What season was that?
Probably
early 95, probably
Not-
something like that.
Well, it was 89 to 96, I think.
98.
Was it 98?
Yeah.
Would you recommend me watching them start to finish?
Yeah.
Not really.
Start
I
season
would.
2.
It doesn't like the first ever episode. I think is like I would never have watched it again if
I tried once. I think I got like 6 episodes in.
From season 1?
Yeah.
Season 1's a little
Is it?
wonky, yeah.
Yeah.
It gets better as you go along.
Is
Yeah,
it your
the-
favorite
the-
show of all time?
sitcom by absolutely.
I feel like I have like a top 5 for sitcoms.
It's a gutter war between Seinfeld and South Park for me.
Dude, but why hasn't he really? I don't want to say this because it might. Maybe I'm not right. Why hasn't he really taken off with anything else?
Jerry,
Yeah.
he didn't need to. That's like the most popular show ever. He's probably fucking close to a
No,
billionaire.
no, no. I know it was by choice. He didn't do.
I mean, he's selling out like Rosemont Horizon and
Yeah.
shit for stand up and everything.
He did the B movie.
Yeah, the B movie.
He did the B
Yeah.
movie.
He
does
hasn't done nothing, but
Doesn't he have
obviously
that-
Seinfeld's his crown
the
jewel.
Netflix riding in cars with comedians.
yeah,
or whatever
yeah.
that show is.
Yes,
Celebrities.
yeah.
which I actually enjoyed that show.
I've
Yeah.
heard it's good.
And,
But like he's not known as like.
he
like
never
his
had
stand
another
up is
hit.
not heralded as.
No.
I've
like
heard his
one of the
stand up
goats.
is good, but it's a lot of jokes from the show.
Really.
Yeah, I've
Like
heard
his
that.
show is considered possibly the goat.
But
His stand up, I don't. Is
Well,
he
you
even
have
in
a-
the top 20? Is
He
even in
may
the
have
top-
been in the 80s
back
though.
then, yeah.
Because that's how, if you
But
remember
all
the show,
time.
it used to start with him doing his stand-up
Yeah.
routine for like 30 seconds.
And I've heard Rogan talk about that too, where that if you were a stand-up, like your wildest dream was to land a sitcom,
Yeah.
and now that's just like not a thing.
Yeah, I'm explaining it like shit, but I'm saying the guy whose name is on
Yeah.
one of the most popular sitcoms of all time, you'd think he would be.
Well, the
I
answer,
know he's still very
the-
popular
The
stand-up,
answer might be Larry David was the creative genius, and
Yeah.
he did Curb, and Curb is a monster hit itself.
Yeah, that's true. That's
and
very
then
true.
and then Julia Louis-Dreyfus has had 2 other big hits. So
Veep is great.
Veep is awesome. I can't remember the other one. I never watched the other one that she was in.
But I mean,
That was network. That was like,
Yeah, but people say, I think it won awards. and
no,
shit.
it
Yeah.
was
Yeah, it was
popular.
great.
What was- my name is Jane or something? What was the name of it?
Earl.
But you could almost say the same about Rogan. Like his podcast is way bigger than his stand-up is even. I don't think he's like that.
Doesn't
great
Rogan
on,
himself
like-
say his stand-up sucks? Not sucks, but he's like, I'm not.
Yeah, I don't know, but like that's his thing. Like he'll take that over anything.
That is true, and he's said many times.
I feel like Seinfeld kind of that this is like his way of retiring. He just wants to do stand-up and he can. You know.
Yeah.
How old
I
is
mean-
he now? Probably about 60.
I think he's older than that.
So yeah, he's probably. Fuck, man.
He is like what's the deal with airline food?
Yeah.
Like that is him.
Literally.
Anyone
yeah.
been to the mall lately? Yeah, that's him.
What's up with that?
Yeah, yeah. A lot of people have jokes like that.
The only one that, I mean, Kramer obviously canceled into Bolivian. But Jason Alexander never really did much after that.
No man, he
feel
was
like-
tight. You can't look at him other than being George.
Yeah, he's
Well-
so typecast. He's just George.
There was I think it was like season 7 or 8 of Curb. They did like the premise of the show, which is woven through like 10 episodes, was a Seinfeld reunion show. And like one of the projects, like he had Jason Alexander. It was very well done. It was very funny. And they were gonna say, and George was like complaining, not Jason Alexander was complaining about how he can't get work because everybody sees him as George. And then they were gonna write a show about that premise. There was like
saw that
it was a
one.
I mean, that's
storyline.
Seinfeld.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's Seinfeld.
Yeah.
Good premise. He
I
was
know.
in Shallow Hell.
He was?
Yeah,
He was
he had a
in
tail.
I think it might have come out before Seinfeld, but what's the movie? Julia Roberts, the hooker movie.
Pretty Woman.
Pretty Woman. He's like the villain-esque guy in Pretty Woman.
Is that the most coveted show that like people would like to have like a run back, like come back, return?
Seinfeld.
Yeah.
I think a lot of it had to do with it was that it was so topical. They know that it could have. Like if you introduced the self, because it ended in 96 or 98. It was one of those 2 years, but there was no cell phones around, you know. And if they would have had if that little gang would have had a cell phone, who knows the kind of shenanigans they could have got into.
But like
Or
Curb
the
is
internet,
Seinfeld. Curb
or
is
Tinder.
modern day Seinfeld.
Yeah.
It's the same thing.
Yeah.
And Curb, and they did that. Like they did the whole season, and they even like the show ends with like they're shooting the episode. You know, so I don't know. To me, it kind of like if you're like a Curb fan, like I think that season kind of scratched that reunion show itch for it because all the principal players were in it.
He was
and
in
it was
Dunston
funny.
Checks In, Ed. Jason Alexander.
Really?
Yeah.
If you're Jason Alexander, though, everyone's like, oh, what do you mean? Like, that's a great gig. Like, you're part of an all-time sitcom.
And he was maybe
you're
the best part of that show.
Yeah, and you're forever known for it. But if you, like, we're talking like a thespian here who had huge
Yeah,
dreams
that's
of being
true.
in movies and
Did he?
everything else. I'm sure, like
Yeah.
many actors, you could assume.
Wait, what was he in Aladdin? He was one of the voices of someone in Aladdin.
But that's something I find interesting with Seinfeld fans is nobody could really tell me who the best character is.
It's George.
It's not Jerry. I can promise you
No,
it's not
yeah.
Jerry.
I don't think it's Kramer either, though. Kramer got
I don't think
annoying
it's-
to me.
Yeah.
I thought Jerry was underrated because everybody shit on Jerry. They're like, oh, he's the worst one of the four. I thought Elaine was a perfect female that like perfectly combated
Yeah.
the three guys.
So-
and then George, I mean,
Seinfeld was 89 to 98. So if you look at season 1 of that show with how George looked, he looked old as fuck. He was 28 years old when that was going on. He was 28. That's fucking crazy.
Yeah, the way he dressed, too, didn't help. That put another 15 years on him.
But I feel like that was just like the 90s or like late 80s, early 90s look. Like everyone kind of dressed like that. I don't think that they were like intentionally making him look older. I think it was just like, well, what do guys wear? I think that's just what guys wore.
I've always said it pisses me off in sitcoms where like kids walking around the house just on a lazy Sunday will have like a collared shirt on and jeans. You're not really dressing like that all the time.
No.
Like in Boy Meets World, it's just like he wakes up, comes down, has like
Tucked in.
a polo on. It's like that's not real life.
But if he was going to school,
But not all the time. They aren't all the time. It's like no matter what, they're dressed to the nines.
Put
Like
on
just
your-
walking around the house.
did you guys see Captain Khan's called us out again?
No.
no, what do you say?
None
no.
of us had collared shirts.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
at the
whatever.
steakhouse,
He's a
yeah.
fucking bozo.
But I acknowledged beforehand, like I was like, oh, I didn't know we were.
Yeah, none of us did.
So I was like,
We thought we were doing the
the.
college trip.
Yeah, I was like,
getting
I-
pizza and hot dogs.
Yeah, I didn't bring in.
Eddie was
nice
giving me shit
clothes.
for packing a suitcase.
Yeah, he
Well, what a
was.
wild move to go on a trip to pack a suitcase.
It was a wild move.
No, it wasn't.
For 36 hours.
36 hours. You just need a
Yeah,
little knapsack.
you wore. People don't talk about this enough, but you wore the same underwear for 36 hours.
It's
That's
not true.
gross.
I brought a bag. I brought 3 pair.
That's gross. I
Dave?
feel like Stefan, or tech guy Stefan, he just wants everyone to know he went to Iowa. He wears Iowa shit every single day.
It's yeah, as much as Nikki Smokes wears Miami.
Yeah.
stuff.
No.
That
Pretty
is
close. No.
like when is gonna be what? Put it this way: what age is he gonna wake up, look in the mirror one day, and be like, I can't dress like this anymore?
28.
He's got 5 years left. Isn't he
I
like
think
23?
so. Yeah, he's 24. Well, even
Yeah, I kind of appreciate it. It's basically his uniform.
Yeah.
Like I'm like I wear a Barstool shirt most days. It's like it's a uniform.
Think he wears like a Miami Dolphins blazer when he goes to a nice place even? Is he that committed?
Yeah.
I don't think I had mentioned this yet, but I took like 3 full garbage bags of clothes to one of the donation boxes, and I got rid of at least 25 Han shirts. I have to see someone on the streets, a homeless guy wearing one of those Rick Hahn shirts. That will make my entire life, Eddie.
You should have raffled them off. People would have bought those.
I don't think they would have, man.
You don't think so?
No.
Just like as a gag, like a last
They
chance?
really hated that guy at the end.
That's too bad.
I hope he's doing all right.
Me too.
I will say this. I did acquire his cell phone. I did shoot him a text. Didn't get a response.
Ooh, left on red.
But I also had like 5 other numbers for him, and it was always changing.
You gotta
Well, what
put him
did
in,
you
put him in
say,
a group
Dave?
text. Put all 5 of those old numbers in a
should.
group text.
What did you say? So like, sucks.
It was,
sorry you
um,
sucked. Like you were nice, were you?
It was, I think, 3 weeks after he had gotten fired, so like I wasn't gonna hit him up immediately, but I was just like, hey, like I appreciate everything over the years. Sorry you got such a raw deal with all these stories coming out. Like I did always have your back, and I could kind of read the tea leaves that things weren't going well in the office, but like I appreciate everything you did, and wish it would have turned out better. And that was it.
Just like, who's this?
I can probably read it.
I was heavy on that train for a long time, so
On which train?
yeah, I can corroborate that.
Yeah.
That he was just a patsy. I said that for
He was
a long
he was
time.
a press secretary at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so, do you guys? Well, we can save this for
Yeah.
Tomorrow.
Show? Yeah. We'll save it for Thursday show. Anything else, Dave? I feel like we should just do a really long show because you're here and
And
We
you're
can
trying to
stay here
leave.
all fucking night. What do you guys want to talk about?
I
Chief?
got a haircut. So.
Oh, how convenient.
Right?
How convenient.
No, I'm just joking. It's not until 6.
I do got to rip a wicked piss, though. You do, too.
Why do I?
Because I heard you
Finish your
say
bottle,
that.
Eddie.
That's bottle 2.
I'm on bottle
Dave needs
4.
something to pee in.
You're doing 4 of these big
I'm going
body
like 4 a
armors
day. Yeah. That's the only healthy thing I do is drink a fuck ton of water. And then I'll get home and I'll refill a liter and a half tap water thing.
Francis is going to get pissed at you.
Why?
Francis, why?
Remember, I think he got not into it with Nate, but like they had a discussion because Nate was slugging too many water bottles at the office a long time ago. This was like HQ2. Long time ago.
What
was
does Francis care?
He's
What, he
just
wants him to like
waste.
refill it with water fountain water
Waste,
or something?
Yeah,
I
it's
keep
such a
forgetting to do that. I wish
persnickety
I would-
Harvard thing
I
to
do it
say.
every day. I do it every day. I drink one and I just keep. We got good water here.
We do got good water.
Shout out Body Armor.
Yeah, we do.
What do you mean you refill it then? You refill it from the sink?
No, there's like a little.
There's the
water
tap
pump
thing
there.
by the bathrooms.
It's just a different. Okay, I don't want to get into that.
I think that's filtered.
Are you sure?
I'm almost positive it is.
Okay, well that changes.
It
things.
says it. It says it on the machine, doesn't it?
It should be, yeah. It
Okay.
claims it is.
There's definitely a different taste, but I'm tap water through and through. I will drink tap water till the day I die, in Chicago at least.
Until it kills you.
Yeah.
The hose water.
I love hose water.
Chicago
I
hose
used to
water's
love
got-
hose
Fucking
water,
hose
too.
water, when you're mowing the lawn,
It's got some gusto.
it's so refreshing.
I used-
It's something about just like, it's like,
Did you figure out
want to
your
talk caveman?
your weed situation?
What weed situation?
Your
You
on the
got
garage.
like a gallon of glyphosate to.
Oh, that's all. Those, I sent them to hell. I told you guys what I did.
Mm-hmm.
I was supposed to, I think it was, so the thing, it was in metrics. It was close enough to a gallon, call it a gallon. But it said for every 3 cups of that, for every 3 cups of that I was supposed to use, I was supposed to dilute it with a cup of water on the weeds. I just dumped all that fucking shit all over the weeds and sent them to hell. They haven't grown in a lick since I did that. And I check them daily too.
Say you're getting a drink from the hose, but the nozzle's on. Which setting are you putting it on? Flood, gentle shower, mist?
Oh, you got to go. You ever seen the flat one?
Describe
Yeah.
it. How does it
Yeah.
come
Yeah,
out?
yeah.
Comes
flat.
out flat.
Like misty?
Like a
or
triangle.
stream?
It sprays
Yeah.
out. Yeah.
Yeah.
But like
Okay.
thin.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You want that though?
Oh,
That
yeah.
means
For
it's getting all
drinking?
over. Wouldn't you want a more narrow path of
No,
water,
you
like
want
a
the-
jet stream?
You
Or
want a straight circle for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
I mean, if you're drinking, why don't you just remove that nozzle?
because maybe you need to
I used to.
continue watering the plants.
I used to love to like knock down a. If I hit the spray nozzle, knock down a bee's nest, and then they're all flying around. You just pretend like you're just shooting them out of the sky, like anti-aircraft. That would be fun
Like
for me in the
Santa.
That's
summer.
scary. What if
Yeah.
they get you?
Never got me.
Wow, that's a jet stream job.
Yeah, yeah. It was awesome. It was a lot of fun.
What's on the docket tonight, Dave?
Not sure.
No crock pot.
That was last night.
What'd you bake?
I had some chicken breasts that I wanted to get rid of. Threw 3 fat chicken breasts, ton of different random seasonings, a little bit of chicken stock,
You should start an Instagram food page.
and then like half a thing of Frank's Red Hot, and then ranch seasoning.
That used to be one of my go-tos.
It's
I used to
pulled chicken.
Yeah,
and
just dump a jar of
yeah,
salsa on chicken
fucking
breast,
easiest
too.
shit
Yeah.
on earth.
You should do it. Dave's Cooks.
I've honestly thought about it, but I want to call it white trash cooking. Like for instance, the mango would have been on there,
Is that
and just
correct?
all the shit that I whip up. I made.
But you have to do it under like it should be a 3 cheese series.
That's what I've thought about this regularly, but it's always like I always do this at midnight when I'm not,
Would you let Eddie set up the cameras in your kitchen?
I
Think
wouldn't.
about, yeah, you should think about that. When do I get to come over and watch? Can we do that? How about that for to try to get to 100,000 Instagram subscribers? I can
watch
come
Top
to your
Gun
house.
with
And
Dave?
we'll watch Top Gun on loop on your $6,000 speakers.
There'll be rules though.
What are the rules?
I don't talk to you and you don't talk to me.
Well, that doesn't make for a good stream.
Yeah,
That's my home. There are rules in my home, and you will respect those rules.
That is a
Eddie.
good rule.
Yeah.
I don't think you would abide by it though.
No, I would.
You're chattier than you.
I'm not.
Lead on.
I'm not chatty.
Let on.
He was so mad for me talking to him at the airport.
You woke him up. I would have been mad about that too.
Oh, I didn't know you were
would have been
sleeping.
mad
I was
about
in a fucking almost dead sleep when you did that.
Oh,
I was like, what do you
I
want?
swear to God, I did not know you were sleeping.
Yeah, I would have been. I
wasn't mad though.
I feel actually.
Oh, you
feel-
looked mad.
I was like, what do you want?
No, you looked mad.
You looked mad.
Your
poked
I
eyes-
wasn't
bear.
mad.
What'd you
Mad.
expect?
You guys know when I'm mad. I wasn't mad.
Yeah.
Mad. I was like,
Well,
what the fuck
It
you
might have
want?
just been partly the way your eyes looked because it was early and bloodshot and tired and 3:50 in the morning.
Yeah,
I'm still recovering from that. I didn't sleep that
I
night.
know.
I fell asleep at
Yeah, you went-
7:30 at night, Sunday night, and slept until 6:30 the next morning.
You know, nice little 11 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It felt fucking good too, and it was pouring rain out.
I made a soup. It's a little early for soup season, but I made a soup because it was that nice rain. Did you ever go swimming in the pool with your teeny weenie?
Yeah, you're.
No, I
talking
didn't.
about
It was
that.
closed. They closed at 10. And no one wanted to go with me. We don't utilize
We got back before 10.
pools on trips anymore. I know, but I didn't text you guys till
Yeah.
like 9:50.
Yeah.
It's a shame.
Hotel pools disgust me
Why?
because they're, I don't know, they're gross.
People say that, but like hotel pools put the most chlorine. in
I'm
there.
sure they're loaded and they're clean and everything, but they're always like 90 degrees. It's not even like cool water. And a lot of times you can see like a film if the light hits it. Not for me.
A little Band-Aid floating around.
Yeah. I'm trying to think the last time I went for I was at a wedding in Palm Springs and I went in, but that was like a nicer,
Like
I don't know.
resort pool.
it felt more like a resort pool.
Yeah, not a Holiday Inn Express pool.
Right. I don't know the last time I've done that.
Motel pools.
I
I'd love
think
to.
getting into large bodies of water, like pool or bigger, worst thing on earth. I
You're
hate
out on
getting
that?
wet.
I like
Showers
to
is the
swim.
only wet I need to get.
Bath.
Baths are even gross. You're sitting in a tepid pool of your own filth.
Yeah, people love baths.
Do they?
Yeah.
Some people, I feel like girls love baths.
I have a friend, and we frequent many casino trips, and sometimes like we'll mostly get separate rooms, but sometimes it's like one person gets a free room for points or whatever. It'd be two a 2-bed standard, and he'll like take a bath every time.
I'm good for like 2 baths a year. Bath's like an experience. You're not doing it to wash yourself. You're just.
do
That's
it
why
at-
he does it.
Do you do it in your bath at home?
Mm-hmm.
You would need I would feel
Do
like
you
you
need,
would
like-
need like jets and a jacuzzi tub.
Sometimes you just need to soak, like Rev Run, play a podcast.
See, I don't.
It's a big sick thing.
I
If
feel
I'm
like I
sick,
could
it's
never-
like a bored
That's
bath.
that's the shower nap for me.
I could never get comfortable in like a normal shower tub though.
Yeah, I mean it's.
Do you have
it's
like
not
one
amazing.
of those fancy clawfoot tubs or something?
Well, growing up, I did. I had a jacuzzi, and that's where I learned it from. And then, it was never the same after that. You're in the bath for like 10 minutes. You're like, oh, this kind of sucks. I need to take a shower now. The idea of a bath is a lot better than a bath.
I think I'm gonna redo my whole bathroom this spring.
Oh,
Are you?
Yeah,
I just did it. It's fucking pain in the ball sack.
yeah, but I don't really like my bathroom, and I think that's gonna be. I was looking at like, I don't know. I was thinking, I was like, should I try to do get another place, like buy a place close to the office, and like turn my place I'm in now into like a rental property, and then everything is just so fucking expensive. I can't do it, so I'm just gonna put that money into the house that I currently live in and try to make it a little bit better.
Yeah,
But
I gotta slow down on house projects. It's fucking too
how many you
much.
got?
I've done a good amount already, but it's like
I'm doing my deck in the spring.
you want us to come over and break your tiles up?
A little demo work.
Mm-hmm.
I've done that before. It's kind of fun.
what are you
It is
doing
kind of fun. That's the only manual
Just
labor
smash
action.
shit.
What do you like doing to
If
the
you have
deck?
the slider though, it just breaks them all up.
Yeah, it's like soothing. Just
Yeah, exactly. It's like it's like those
oddly satisfying.
oddly satisfying videos. Yeah.
What are you doing to the deck?
I am gonna put up.
Little stain?
I hate staying in decks.
How does
I'm
that
gonna-
work though? Because you have a deck that's like connected to the rest of the.
I have
people
my
in
own
the-
private one too. I gotta ask him about that because that one's unacceptable, and I'm paying money into it that it hasn't been approved. But anyways, I am putting what is it? I'm putting a lattice around my deck.
What's that?
You know,
I don't. I've never heard that.
know what a
word.
lattice
It's
is?
like the
The like cross things.
Oh,
The what?
That like ivy can kind of grow up.
Like what do you call it? What do they
It
call
makes
like
it like more private.
what do they call the doorway things?
It's like a lot of people put it
Like
under their
gazebo?
deck so like animals don't get in there. It's like a little checkered fence.
Yeah, it's like the checkered fence.
I thought you were
that
talking
are like they're
Okay.
cheap and it's
Yeah,
wood.
yeah. Okay.
You don't think it can be plastic.
I know what
but
you're talking about.
a
I've never
terrace.
heard the word.
I'm gonna
before.
throw another TV out there.
You got a TV out there now?
I could bring one out, but I don't often.
Okay.
I'm gonna I use credit card points for the furniture. Trash. If you're gonna do it, you got to spend money on it. Unfortunately, I spent $500 worth of credit card points
That is the way of the world.
on patio furniture. Awful. $500 is not the way to go. You got to spend like a couple grand.
Going off of decks, would you say somewhere like Chicago, it is worth it to pay extra for a balcony? Since it's a lot of money usually, and you're typically only getting like 4 months out of it.
No, you can use it all winter.
But not many people are really going out
You're
there.
not going to sit on it, but you
Yeah.
can grill on it.
Yeah.
I mean, I use it.
The grill,
very
the grill's the
regular.
best argument. Someone I was talking to about it though didn't even have a grill out there.
That
Oh, you
grill's
gotta-
key.
Yeah,
Yeah.
grill's
Grill's so
key.
key.
Grill would be worth it.
I use my grill I probably go through a tank every 3 weeks, I would say.
No shit.
yeah, I probably
maybe
cook on
more.
the grill 3-4 nights a week.
How much extra would you think it is for an apartment with a balcony?
Depends on the balcony. Like my balcony is pretty small, but I had the big balcony, and I feel like that's what I paid for in the Chicago Avenue. Like that was a good sized balcony. I never fucking used it because it was too, it was like it would get too hot out there. So I just never.
Mine's
never
covered,
used it.
which is nice.
Yeah.
So I'm going to put the lattice around it. Going to leave maybe, I don't know, 18 inches to 2 feet at top so a little sunlight can get through.
We need
And then
HGTV segment.
my whole goal is to make my apartment so one day I never, ever have to leave it. It can just be like self-sufficient. I am going to start a vegetable garden.
Oh,
Not
good
vegetable
idea.
garden. I'm going to grow like tomatoes and shit, but
Some banana peppers,
What will you do if chipmunks come for your garden?
chipmunks.
might have to trap them. Release them down at the fucking
You
park.
wouldn't just kill him?
No, I can't
Would you
kill
would
chipmunks.
you drown? Would you drown? him?
Like Rieger?
The poor guy wasn't even him.
Yeah.
Can you just kill squirrels like that? I feel like that's
No,
illegal.
you can't.
No,
because
right?
my dad's been at war with squirrels for years. Like they've
He's
had
losing,
this-
isn't he?
Oh yeah. So they had to. They ended up because they used to have the outside of the house used to be stucco, and they kept like gnawing through it, jumping from trees. He like cut trees down. That didn't seem to fix anything. They were like burrowing into like they had like huge nests like up in their attic. So he like when I got him that the
blowgun?
the blowgun. I gave it to him from Sydney. Sydney's dad gave us blowguns. I gave it to my dad. He's like, "This is great." Like I'm gonna finally get these fucking squirrels. And then my mom's like, "You're gonna miss, and it's gonna like go and like break a window,
Kill
He's
the
like,
neighbor's
yeah,
dog."
Yeah. So he's like tried. He's like, I'm just not confident enough with it. But he's like, they ended up bricking the whole outside of the house because they were spending like $10,000 like every so often, every year, to restucco the house because the squirrels are just like eating the house for years.
Relentless.
Yeah.
You gotta tell them to just catch
Drown
them.
them.
Drown them with
But
the gay woods.
he looked into that. So he's like, the rule is like you can set traps for them in your house. So they had an exterminator come through, set traps, and then he has to like, he's like, so then the guy just releases them. He's like, they just come back the next day. Because you're not allowed to kill.
He doesn't relate.
Just fucking kill them.
Who's gonna know?
They're squirrels.
Are
Yeah.
suburban squirrels like similar to like college campus squirrels, but a little more aggressive, a little more fluffy? Like there's a big difference.
There is a difference. I know exactly what you're talking
They're way
about.
less afraid. Suburban
They're
squirrels.
like
than,
pigeons, kind of.
Yeah, like they'll get real close to you.
I
where
would say
city
out
squirrels
there,
running
not
away.
not quite as much because not as many people. They're
Yeah.
not as used to them.
They're like a different color too. The squirrels here are like dark brown / gray almost. Out there,
They're gray.
they're like light brown. They look all cute and cartoony.
No, I would say the squirrels my parents are almost always like a gray.
Brown.
Gray.
Gray?
We had gray
Would you eat a
squirrels.
squirrel?
I would for sure.
I think I probably have before.
Really?
I haven't, but like I watched that show, Steve Ranella, where he just goes and like hunts all these different things. It's on Netflix.
Steve Ranella just had a fucking deer on his Instagram today that had like 3 legs grown out of its stomach. Like it was a 6-legged deer or something.
He has some content that will make you want to puke sometimes, but he showed these squirrels in the way that he went to some place in Kentucky where they get like fucking huge, and they like cook them up and they smoke them and they looked delicious.
I'm sure. Yeah.
So yes, to answer your question, I would eat a squirrel. I would eat just about any.
My friend's ate one in college, and I remember making fun of him. He's like, dude,
It's not uncommon.
he's like, they're organic down here.
Yeah, he's probably right.
I don't think it's very
It's not
uncommon.
like city squirrels who are eating styrofoam.
Yeah, I
That's
think
true,
He's
yeah.
right about that.
I still frequently think of
Sorry.
I had a guy I lived with. He was from down there, and he was in like a biology class, and they had to dissect a squirrel, and he like didn't buy one.
He just went out and
He went out
killed it.
and he shot it
Yep.
on our back porch in the middle of the.
Oh.
It was the wildest thing ever. Like, what do you think?
Bow?
Shotgun.
Yeah, that's
Whoa.
what you would do.
Did
You probably just use birdshot.
Yeah,
for that.
bird. It would have to. I would think
Buckshot
of,
would just
blow it up.
incinerate it.
Yeah.
Was the teacher like, yeah, that's fine? Or was she like, what the fuck?
He passed it off. I don't really remember how it was resolved, but I remember looking at him and he had a fucking
I don't think there's like
shotgun cocked.
there's
And
not like a season or a limit on them.
he aimed it at
I mean,
a tree,
Sydney's
but
gone
still,
out.
Could have went right through and had to hit the girls in the house next door.
Yeah.
We were on the wildest
That's
moves.
dumb. Yeah.
But he nailed it, direct hit, and just went and picked it up, and he just used it as his.
That's his biology
Science
project.
experiment.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like there are. I think there's regulations based on like the county.
Yeah. I don't know what it is because I know Sydney just
I know for a fact my dad was not allowed to kill them, and he was very frustrated with that.
that would make sense being in Chicagoland.
Yeah.
Yeah. But like Sydney, I guess the raccoons down there fuck up the turkey eggs, so they don't like raccoons down there.
Mm-hmm.
So they shoot and kill, trap.
I couldn't do it.
Her brother did it right in front of my face, and I had to walk away. I'm like, I can't
Oh,
watch
you said you would have killed a raccoon.
the raccoon.
Yeah, I thought you said that. You called me a pussy for not doing it.
It was trapped, and it was a little like by its ankle.
Oh,
And
that's worse.
Yeah.
Yeah. But like we had one, we got out there, super early, and this guy was just like there was all these like dead down trees, and he didn't want to. I watched him for like 15 minutes. It was kind of cool. He didn't know we were there, and he just walked along these dead logs, so he didn't have to crumple leaves because he was like afraid of predators. He goes up this dead tree that has a hole on the top, and right as he's about to like go in and get nestled up for the night, he like looks at me and makes eye contact. Sydney the whole time is like, you should shoot him. I'm like, this guy's just going to bed.
He's chilling.
Yeah, let's just let him be. And you were like, you pussy.
I probably did.
Yeah.
I know who would have
now
shot him.
Who? Rieger.
Can't say.
Rieger would have fucking he would have had fun with it.
Drowned it.
He would have loved.
Rieger would have smoked him out of that dead tree. Watch him burn.
All right, then. Dave, thanks for joining us, man.
Yeah, can I go home now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, everybody. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. This is it for today. Back tomorrow. Interview with Mark Titus. It was a nice conversation. Tune in.